So today I'm talking about kickboxing revolution. People ask, what is kickboxing? People ask, what is it about? Is it aerobic kickboxing when you listen to the music and then you just follow along? Is it whether it's kickboxing fitness where you actually have equipment on and then you actually, punch the equipment and partner up? Or is it actually for elite athletes only? It's actually all of the above. And I think today we have gone past that of just talking about domino effect, just, whether it's elite level, whether it's watching it as a sport. And I think in this recent years, we have seen how kickboxing has really impacted not just athletes, not just people like you and me, but really just beyond that. Okay, you understand what I mean as we carry on? Okay, so that's... All right, so how an idea was birthed. A lot of people actually don't really know how we started, but we'll go about that. So you always remember the day that you have that idea, that aha moment. And at first, we were actually starting out just as a mobile company. So mobile company means we had no physical space of our own. We started out at Hilton Hotel. I don't know if you know where that is. Okay, nobody really knew about us. Just doing classes, small groups, and then we moved on to actually having a shared studio. We were co-sharing a space with actually a chiropractor. So you can imagine like daytime, chiropractor was doing his business, night will come in. And then thereafter, there came about an Active Life Center, which was birthed in January 2014. This was actually really a big turning point for us. As a business owner, I think during that time I was just 23. I'm 28 now. It was a huge step to take. We had to pay lots of money to get everything started, but till this day we're still surviving, don't worry, we're still here. And beyond that, we have gone to actually moving on as an association. So we actually have a Kickboxing Federation of Singapore. So that's where we move on to so many other things as well, not just a physical business. Okay, wait. All right, so this is just a little bit story about myself. As you can see over here, I've been in sports actually all my life. So I was a former sprinter. I did 100, 200, 4x1, long distance. Have I topped the national records? I have. I used to be a classical ballet dancer as well for 10 over years. And as you can see the picture over there, I just wanted to show how myself was a domino effect as well. This was taken in 2011 when I was still doing fashion blogging. I was doing fashion blogging professionally for 2 years. So working with big brands, going out there, mingling with the fashion people. But I never really actually had a good time. As you know, fashion, there's that stereotype. So can you guess what size was I in that pants? Make a guess. Okay, actually, maybe people say, oh, not much difference, but actually it was a UK 12 or UK 14 during that time. So it was a change for me as well, though, I was featured in magazines, having write-ups, but it wasn't really something that fulfilled me. So as myself, I think before you impact others, you need to also know that you are a domino change yourself. All right, so this is one of the people that we actually really get along with. So her name is Miss Lim Chu. I'm not sure if you've seen her before. If you've been in Singapore for a very long time, you would then remember 77th Street. That's where you get all your punk rock apparels. They used to be at Far East Plaza. So she's been around for a long time. And anybody like Korean barbecue? Okay, good. She owns the Korean barbecue I'm Kim Jr. Have you heard of that? Okay, there's one at Sota as well. There's one at Skate. Yeah, so no discounts if you go there and say my name, okay? But just introducing to you. So she has been a change in the industry, especially impacting all the young people as well. I still consider myself young. So being young, I think when we are speaking to her, she has really taught us a lot. And the domino effect is not just stopping at yourself, not just, take that few steps forward, but I think really just learning from elders as well, or people that have been there before you. I think in the young generation now, it's harder to even learn because sometimes we don't want to learn from people that have walked the road before us. And I think it's so important because, their insights, their wisdom die with them in the grave. So I always say, if you don't dig their brains, you can't get anything. You don't get their money, but if you don't dig their brains for wisdom, then I think that's really a pity. Okay, so idea of kickboxing. People say, how do I do it? Or how can kickboxing be done? Actually, we have done personal training, small group training, group class. We've done in schools as well. So one of the domino effects that I would say is that we actually went to Yishun Secondary School. I'm not sure if you've known about them. They were in the news for a bit because they had really bad kids. But Okay, no pun intended, but for that, we actually helped to unite the whole school, and we had about 120 plus students doing kickboxing as a whole, and we set the Singapore Book of Records for the biggest group of kickboxing group doing at one time. All right, then thereafter we went to corporate wellness and also the association. So other stuff that we have as well as the demographics. So this is the one where you would see that will go beyond the domino effect. Able-bodied is just like you and me, general public, students, adults. The one I really want to highlight is the special population. So in the recent years, a lot of people don't know about this, but we have actually really impacted the people at Parkinson Society, Singapore. I'm not sure if you have watched this video called Steady Boxing. Okay, it's in the States. So it's a group of Parkinson people going in, doing kickboxing. And you know for Parkinson, right, it's the breakdown of the neural system in the brain. So we actually had a really hard time breaking into the scene for helping Parkinson people because it's not the people that need convincing, you know, those people that have Parkinson, it's the doctors, the physios. And after 1.5 years, we actually really break through and had that domino effect where we actually really help a lot of Parkinson people go through their illness and actually give them confidence through kickboxing. Stroke Association, even people with special needs. And we have dealt with people that have depression, coming back from cancer. So those are the things that actually we deal with. We don't really deal with able-bodied. There's actually lots more to that as well. And of course, not forgetting the elite and high performance. All right, so this is just a video that we took a few years ago. It's a typical class of what we do, so at least you can see what it's about. Okay, I'm not sure if there's sound. Okay, never mind. Okay, as you see, I'll talk. So over here is a typical class where actually people do partner work. So not necessarily it needs to have, okay, I used to have blonde hair, okay, I have black hair now. Yeah, so warm up and then they partner up, they do a lot of punches, whether it's power, whether it's speed. And we also go through conditioning with them. I'll leave you to watch the video first. Okay, do you realize something about the video? Okay, the answer is it's all females. Okay, so we actually used to have a male and female target audience, but in the recent years we realized that females really needed that platform to really just do kickboxing safely. Punch legally, where you don't have to answer for punching or kicking. And I think it really went beyond that domino effect because a lot of women actually feel more empowered when they can really feel strong. Some people have come to us when they are through their breakups. Some people have come to us through a lot of painful times in their season, and I realized that with that, I mean, I'm not excluding men, okay? Men still do come to us for kickboxing, but they do personal training. But I think majority of the population in Singapore are women, and we really need to give them a space, we need to give them a platform to really just be themselves, be who they are. And I think this has really helped the community a lot in the terms of the people that we deal with. Okay, so before I play this video, I was talking to you about Parkinson's, right? So they have been training with us for about 1.5 years, close to 2 years. They do exactly what we do in class. So some people will say, no, I don't think they can do kickboxing, they're just doing it with the music. But these people are actually holding the equipment, they're actually putting on the boxing gloves, and all we do is just teach them, and we actually just stand and count. And they are doing all the work. And they have improved actually tremendously over the years. So this is just a short video of what they're doing. Okay, as you can see over here, do they look like they have Parkinson's? No, right? When we first started out with them, they could barely remember any movements. They could barely move their hands. They could barely even move their legs. So it means even for them to just do a knee, it was really difficult for them because it took them about 1 to 2 minutes to actually register. And we have people that will actually freeze up in class and they can't do any more kickboxing. So over the years when we actually have trained them, it really gave them that confidence after many months of training till they could move like that. And now we actually we have a few of us that are the braver ones. We go out there to community events and we actually do kickboxing performances for other people as well to educate people about Parkinson's. So this is what I mean by going beyond that domino effect of just the general public anymore, because I don't think it's just about us. I think it's just so many other people in our community that don't have a voice because nobody would speak up for them. So it's really a privilege and an honor that we have been able to work with people like that. Okay, so this is just a client testimony. I think no point that I say, I gained weight, I lost weight, but I think from people that have really experienced kickboxing as well. Okay, so for her, she said that she started kickboxing. Okay, it's a lady, okay? I'll call her Sandy because she doesn't want to be named. So Sandy actually took kickboxing to de-stress, gradually push her body. Kickboxing made her realize that mentally she can be stronger to deal with day-to-day life. And it has been really a journey for her. Okay, so this is the picture. So she used to be the one on this side of the picture. Okay, now she's on, my left. All right, so for her, she's actually a mom of 2. All right, she has a busy job. She works a government job, but she still makes time for exercise. And I think empowering yourselves that's where you can be an influential change to empower others as well. The simple saying goes, you always want to love other people, right? But I think the trick is that you need to learn to love yourself first. Then that's where the love can push on to other people and you can really impact lives as well. Okay, this lady here, her name is Amanda. I think you have seen that. Okay, yeah, she's pretty. I gave all the ladies a rose on Valentine's Day. So for our ladies, right, we actually really make sure that they feel loved. So on Valentine's Day, we always make sure that every single of our clients get a rose. Okay, so I think even their husbands don't even give them, but it's okay, we will give them a rose, okay, to know that they are appreciated and loved. So for her, you may think that she actually has, a typical story or whatnot, but for her, she's someone that I met that has been very brave. She has a long-distance relationship with her then fiance, now husband, but during the whole journey of doing exercise, she actually suffered a miscarriage prior, I think earlier in this year. But I think that didn't stop her from really exercising. That didn't stop her, from doing so many other things. And I think exercise is one thing, or even kickboxing in the matter, is one thing that really has helped her a lot. And the good news, okay, don't be so sad, because the good news is, she actually conceived again about 3 months after, and now she trains with me regularly. All right, doing gym exercises. She's a little scared to do kickboxing, but it can be done. So you can see that people over here, they have so much hope, so much aspiration to just go forth and go on. I think the domino effect really has to go out there, and as we continue to impact lives, continue to impact the people around us, I think we really need to walk the talk. If I was someone that was skinny my whole life, I don't think I want to stand here and talk about it, because I don't think I'll understand what people will go through. Whether it's males, whether it's females, I think everyone has a journey, and I think you need to really, as all the speakers have shared today, you really need to be the influence of change. You really need to allow people to speak their minds, because every person has a story. So I just want to leave off everybody with just 2 quotes. When I actually put this together, I kept thinking of the word hope, hope, hope. So I think we need to really learn, like the first point that I say, we must accept a disappointment, but we must never lose hope. And I think it's very important for that, because if we keep, like one person have shared, the robotics, you fail and then you learn, and I think that's true. As a business person, that does not mean that I have not failed before. In our exercise journey with our clients, not that our clients have not failed before, but I think if you have hope, that's the strongest thing that you can ever have. And I think humanity really needs that as well. And the next one is optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing that can be done without hope and confidence. And I think the domino effects really just starts from having that hope, having that confidence, and we're just really glad that, where we have been doing kickboxing for so many years, we started with humble beginnings, but now just really going out there, and we actually teach the young, the old. I was sharing with one person, our youngest client is actually 7. Our oldest client is 63, 62. We have clients that are in their 60s and they can do burpees. like non-stop. So I think the domino effect really just goes out there, just beyond so many other things. I just hope that, you know, over here, even though if you forget everything that I said, I just remember that hope is really important and you should always treasure that. Thank you.